Manitoba Chamber Orchestra under the direction of Roy Goodman, performing some music of Gareth Walters. You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rosnack. Though we're still waiting for buds and blossoms in the city, the spring portion of the Manitoba Chamber Orchestra season has already started to bloom. After back-to-back weeks of splendid soprano singing and outstanding orchestral offerings, MCO Executive Director Sean McManus has joined me in the Classic 107 studio for a mid-season check-in. Thanks for being here, Sean.
Very nice to be here.
So, Manitoba Chamber Orchestra typically takes a bit of a break in the coldest months of winter. How's it feel to be back performing again?
Yeah, it feels great. It's nice to have a little bit of a break for us as a team, a little bit of breather, do some planning, but really great to be back in concerts. It's busy. We've got, we did 2 weeks in a row, week off. Now we're doing 2 weeks in a row again. So we're feeling that. But it was, just a fantastic couple of concerts and just so great to be back in the hall and see the musicians again, see the audiences again. It's been really nice.
The orchestra certainly hasn't missed a beat. No surprise there. Sounding fantastic. I was at last week's performance, and boy, oh boy, can that group of players ever play Mozart and Haydn. The Haydn was such a treat. Also wonderful to hear the Canadian debut of Maria Brea. What a voice. Hopefully one that we'll hear again. And what a story, too. So thankful she could come in studio and share a little bit of that. This spring series has a bit of a theme to it. New voices, new faces, as Director of Marketing and Communications Conrad Swetman put it in his latest Chamber Chatter that I still have here in front of me. Tell us about some of the other faces who'll be gracing the stage with the Manitoba Chamber Orchestra in the coming weeks.
Yeah, new faces, new voices, especially two singers, as you said, in the last 2 weeks. Coming up, some featured instrumentalists. Jenniba Kene-Mason, folks probably know a little bit of the story, at least of Jenniba's family. This is her debut in Winnipeg, and she's, relatively new. She's barely 20 years old, I think, maybe 21, to, sort of the touring and performing. So really excited to present her. The MCO has this incredible history of presenting new artists, young artists. Misha Bruger-Gosman was here when she was, maybe that age as well. And so we look forward to introducing Jenniba to the audience, folks that haven't seen her YouTube clips yet, starting that relationship. So really excited to have her here as a pianist playing Mozart, and it's going to be a fun concert, and also a guest conductor for that.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that too. I mean, this is a big one.
Yeah, so we've had our music director Ann Manson here doing the last two concerts, which is fabulous and always great when we are able to have her in town for a while. Jerry Lynn Johnson conducting on the podium for the next concert. Jerry Lynn's an incredible artist and black conductor, female conductor in America, and very much a thought leader and an activist and an agitator in terms of the role of black female artists in this world, in this genre. And so, yeah, an incredible musician and an incredible thinker, and we're really, really excited to have her on the podium.
That's coming up next week, April 10th. Hard to believe. I'm still, mentally in February, Sean, to tell you the truth. But here we are, April 10th, next week on Wednesday. And yes, Jenniba Kene-Mason, part of this famed family of musicians. Her brother Sheku played at the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And yes, to have Jerry Lynn Johnson in town, artistic director of the Philadelphia Black Pearl Chamber Orchestra, just an outstanding group of musicians. As you say, just an incredible thinker, an incredible leader, and so excited to see what happens with the MCO there. Not necessarily a new face, but one that gets the spotlight in the next concert that happens just a week later. Like you said, hit the ground running here. Yeah,
a musician, a beaming face actually from within the orchestra at the MCO, a musician that audiences will know really, really well, Desiree Abbey, but stepping out front, sitting out front with her cello, premiering a new work. I should say, there's a lot of new music, as there always is on the whole series. And Desiree will be premiering this new work by Ted Runcie, who's a Jamaican-Canadian composer from Toronto. Desiree was here for one of the concerts last week and was playing some parts from the solo parts. So we got to hear a little bit of it, and just all the more excited to hear this piece in a couple of weeks. Commissioned by and premiered by the MCO.
Very exciting indeed. And another guest conductor, Jean-Marie Zaitouni, coming back to town, also performing one of his arrangements, which is going to be kind of cool. Should be another great show. So yes, back-to-back weeks of MCO performances, and then we get a little bit of a wait. About a month or so later, the season closes out. Tell us about who's coming to town.
Yeah, and then closing out the season, hopefully truly we'll be feeling like it's spring, if not summer by that
Fingers
point.
crossed. Fingers and toes crossed.
Yeah. So Sarah Mikkel-Ravey, who's an incredible instrumentalist, violinist and violist playing viola on this concert. And again, sort of a fun, again, something that we love to do at the MCO in terms of these, different arrangements. In the case of Schubert stretching a string quartet, the string quintet to an orchestral arrangement. In the case of this Shostakovich violin sonata that Sarah's going to play in May, arranged for string orchestra. So it'd be really exciting, even for folks that know the work well, to hear it, sort of in that new context.
Yeah, very excited to have her here in town. And like you say, she can play it all. A great string player, and performing on viola for this concert, which will just be a real treat for us. Nice to indulge in that sort of rich, luxurious sound of the instrument.
Yeah, and I think it's going to sound fantastic in Crescent Arts Center. I think about that acoustic, and I think already about the way that our viola section sounds. So many great moments out of the viola section in the orchestra in that acoustic, and I think having Sarah out front is going to be fabulous. As
you say, the Crescent Arts Center, the home of the MCO these days, and sounding so fantastic in that space. There's a lot of other things going on, and if people head to the website, themco.ca, they can still get tickets for the spring season. There are spring ticket bundles that are also available, and while they're there, there's a little MCO 50/50 that's going on as well, some fundraising for the group.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who doesn't love a 50-50? The MCO, like so many arts organizations, we are, always looking for ways that our patrons can continue to support the MCO. And so this 50/50 is really important. It's valuable for us to have that little bit of revenue coming in, but it's also really fun and an opportunity for folks to maybe win a little bit of money. So it's going to be up there through these next two concerts, and then we're going to do the draw. So get tickets now.
Yeah, big draw indeed. You're in the midst of your first season as executive director. I got to ask, how's it been going, Sean? How have you been enjoying the gig?
It's going great. Yeah, we spoke, I think, pretty early on, right?
At the get-go.
Yeah, a couple weeks in or something like that. So, no, it's fabulous to be, through more than half of a season now. I've been, just excited, relieved, not relieved, but confirmed how much I love being in the hall for the concerts. So that's been great, and just excited to work with everybody, the team, the musicians, with Anne, with our patrons, the community around the MCO, as you know, is so energetic, so engaged and committed to the kind of programming that we're doing, and to that experience of being in Crescent Arts Center with an ensemble of size, and to be that sort of intimate, that close to the musicians, for me to be able to sit through the rehearsals and see how much the musicians love being there, love working together on this repertoire and presenting these concerts. So it's been tremendously exciting, rewarding. We're very close to announcing the next season, which is going to be really exciting as well. So we're ramping up for that. So it's been a really great introduction to get through this season, and look forward to what's coming.
You sort of just alluded to it. This season that you inherited, and as Manitoba Opera's Larry DeRoche just put it earlier this week when he was in studio with me, new seasons blossom in the spring. So I got to ask, when can we expect a season announcement, Sean?
Yeah, it's coming very soon.
Excited.
Yeah, a lot of the pieces are all in place, obviously, and we're excited for the season. We're thinking a lot about our audiences and this incredible core audience of supporters, subscribers that we have around the MCO, but also, there's a few empty seats in the hall these days every concert, and we want to grow that audience. So we're also thinking about that. We're being really thoughtful about how we want to take the message of the MCO, that incredible experience of being in the hall with the orchestra, and really make sure people in Winnipeg and in Manitoba are aware of it. So we're thinking about that too, and how all of that's going to roll out. But it's coming very soon, and we're very excited to announce the new season.
Well, can't wait to have you back to chat about what that new season is going to look like. In the meantime, the spring season is in full fling, which is very exciting indeed. Sean, thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
As always, themco.ca for more details, or classic107.com, and click on the events tab.